You see, a lot of you still don't know how to use AI. And then you would say that it gives you information that's too vague, too generic, and AI isn't as good as any other people would say. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. You just don't know how to use artificial intelligence properly. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'll change your mind on that. Because I'll be sharing you 3 really powerful AI prompts that, in all honesty, completely improve my life and business. And I'm talking about these prompts, right, will help you to solve any problems you face. And when I mean any problems, I'm not only just talking about life, business. I'm talking about genuinely any problems that you can think about that you encounter in life. If let's say fitness, your family problems, you got this problem with a chick, if let's say your relationship with your girl isn't that good, you can actually solve these problems by using AI. I'm not even kidding, right? You can use these prompts to validate any ideas you have, to improve or create systems and workflows for your job, for your business, brainstorm some ideas for content creation, for any marketing campaign, for any ad creatives, and deep research, and way more. And so I'll give you a live example on how the prompts would actually look like in an AI chat. In this case, I would use ChatGPT because that's just the AI tool that I mainly use. It's up to you. You could use Grok, you could use Gemini, you could use Claude.ai, but I'm just using ChatGPT. I did hear that some people say that Grok is actually way better than ChatGPT because ChatGPT has just some censorship, and Grok.ai, which is the platform on Twitter, X, is way more unfiltered, I guess. It's way more raw. The information gives you is way more raw. But well, in my case, I've just been very comfortable using ChatGPT, so I'll just use ChatGPT in this case. And then I'll show you the responses and the real life situations on when I would use the prompts. So I would actually show you the problems and the things that I face and how I would use it to encounter the personal and business problems that I'm dealing with. And so I will leave all of the prompts that I'll be showing you, all of the 3 prompts, in a Notion document. In the description of this video, there'll be a link of the description so that you can have all of the access to try these prompts, which I strongly recommend you to do so, because there's no point in you watching this video and you don't try these prompts. All right, then you're really just wasting your time. You shouldn't be watching this video at all. So I really encourage you that once you're done watching this video, go down to this description, copy the text, copy the whole entire prompts, and try it on your own. All right. And so this is an important thing. I wanna give all credits to EP, or at Apollinator 3000 on Twitter, because all of the prompts that I'll be showing you actually came from this Twitter account. Right. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't wanna take any credit and say that, oh hey, like all these prompts I'm the one who created it. No, that's not true. All of the prompts actually came from this Twitter account, EP, and I'm really grateful for it. So which is why if you find any of these prompts useful, then I strongly recommend you to actually check out this Twitter account, because he basically posts mainly about AI stuff, about AI prompts, about the development of AI, really good stuff. So I just want to throw that in. Shout out to this guy, EP. And let's move on to the first prompt, which is the root cause analysis. You would use this prompt to identify the root cause of your problems so you can address them directly. And so now you would see that this prompt, it might look long, right? It's a whole chunk of a paragraph to feed it to your AI chat. That's the thing about AI, is that if you don't give it context, then it will give you very little information. That's just how AI works. You need to give it context. You need to give it story, which is why in this prompt, it's separated in its own different category, right? Which at the first, you're giving it its own identity, right? You are a root cause analysis expert with expertise in psychology, business, and system thinking. And your task is to help me to identify the root cause of my problems in whatever I'm going through. And then you would actually tell AI about the process on how they would actually go about this prompt, all right? What is their role? First, ask me to state my primary problems or challenge. And then from there on, you are basically asking the AI to ask you why in 5 different levels. And then moving on, if there are any relevant problems to that, it will actually explore those as well. So this is actually in-depth stuff, and I will show you an example later on. So moving on here, as you can see at the end, it would actually give you a visual breakdown of the cause effect on why that problem actually starts. And lastly, it would actually create a process or a system on how to solve that problem. So now this brings me to ChatGPT, and mind you, this is actually a real problem that I used to face, which is, well, a problem with my NS, with my national service, right? Because for those who don't know, I'm currently serving the national service and there's no escape to it. I'm full-time in the national service for the next, 18 months of my life. So I'm basically trapped. And then this is the exact problem that I placed, as you can see. As yes, I said, this problem would be in the link on the, will be in the Notion document in the description below, so you can actually try it out. So I inserted this exact prompts, right? And then that's the start of the conversation. What's the main problem or challenge you're facing? And then I basically said, mainly business, I'm currently serving a mandatory military service in Singapore and holding me back to launch my agency. And then this is the context that I'm giving you, because it's just, I said, you need to give AI context. Because the more context you give, the more they can help you, and the less context you give, the more vague or the more useless AI can be. And then in the end here, I basically said that I have in these 2 months, I'll be in camp, and I can only leave camp during the weekend, so I can't really work on my business. And that's why basically I really want to scale and launch and sign clients as soon as I can. But how can I do that whilst being in the military and stay in camp from Monday till Friday, that I can only work on my business during the weekends, right? And this is just the second question that AI asks. Why do you feel that the weekends alone aren't enough to move the business forward? And I give it some context, whatever it is. And then you ask me another question. Why do you believe that your agency service fulfillment and internal stability depend so heavily on your time involvement? And I just want you to understand that this is generally just a real case. And so I'm not showing you some made-up scenario that I made for the sake of this video. This is genuinely a real problem that I'm facing. And this is the fourth question. Then this is the last question. Why haven't built or faced a system, blah, blah, blah. And okay, I'm just going to scroll past this. So right at the end, which is right here, right? So then AI actually came to a conclusion. Now we're getting to the core of it. You feel that you need to be directly involved in every process because you don't fully trust that someone can execute your vision properly. And you would say here, the root cause analysis. This is why I'm facing the problems, right? This is why I feel like I'm not able to work during the military service. All these three problems, you have it. Then the solution path, right? There you have it, right? It would actually tell me the exact problems on what actually caused this problem, the root cause of the problem, and then the solution path, right? You have this to test the fulfillment process ASAP, start training a key operator, limit your role and all that, and then it will actually show me your next step. And then this is why I said this helps a lot. The hardest part I find during the involvement, blah blah blah, and then it would actually give me like more on the in-depth stuff. But this is just an example. It's just, I said, use this in any problem that you face. This is just a personal problem that I went through. For you, it might be different, but the point is that it would actually, if let's say you're stuck on something, right? You're stuck on a huge problem that you really haven't found a solution to. This is the perfect prompt to solve that problem. And so now moving on to the second prompt. I call this the creative ideation partner. This prompt will act as your ideation partner and will simply send it to AI and begin bouncing ideas back and forth, right? As just I said, you would notice a theme that all of these prompts are kind of in-depth, right? You have paragraphs, you got lines, you got bullet points, and then this is basically like the first thing is basically the role of the AI, right? And then it basically says you're saying this to an AI that you are my creative idea partner. Your job is to bounce ideas back and forth with me like we're on the same mission. For example, building cool stuff with AI or whatever else I bring up. And then right here, you're basically giving it more duties and roles to expand it with a twist or a new angle, combine it with something else or make it bigger, raise a question that helps to refine it or spark a brand new related idea, and act like an expert in whatever topic we're discussing, but explain things like you're talking to a smart 12-year-old. And well, for me, in my case, I would use this prompt a lot when it comes to script writing, when it comes to content creation. I feel like, yeah, these type of prompts are usually perfect for marketing campaigns, ad creatives, well, content creation, like how I use it. And this is the live example that I want to show on ChatGPT, that you are my creative idea of authentic YouTube video partner. You see here, like at the start, I just switched the words around, right? And even for here, I just kind of switched some of the text around to actually fit it, to actually made it properly suited for my own type of usage. I recommend you to do this if it makes sense to you. Just basically the point is that just make it as fit as possible, that it makes sense in your own usage, right? Because in this case, I say that, for example, ideation for authentic content that build connection and show who you are on YouTube, right? And that this is the first question or the first opening line that AI would open, which is, let's build some real connection content that doesn't feel like another dude selling cars. What's your first idea? And that this is the idea that I had, basically just to tell you that this was basically for my, well, it says authentic content here, right? Well, this is basically for my like, I would say lifestyle videos or real life vloggy type content. This is what this one is for, by the way, if you're wondering. And then I basically said here, I need to come up with authentic content next that share my wins or struggles, share lessons on what I'm learning, document my journey, and show the messy, ugly parts of running my business. Any ideas? And then it literally just gave me an idea. Yeah, do a video called The Truth About Running Business While in the Military. This is also the beauty of it. Notice how I didn't mention anything about being in the military. But it's just that this prompt, or I guess AI, can basically just kind of took the, how would you say, like the memory or the data from my other chats to put it in this chat. And then I basically say here, let's do a follow-up video for my recent videos, which are, well, this is basically a recent video that I made like couple weeks back. And then this is another video that I uploaded, which I'm pretty sure is one of my most recent videos about like a video idea I had about how Lee Kuan Yew built Singapore and all that. And these are basically ideas that came from AI. And these are basically ideas that I just want to brainstorm with AI. I want to be like, this is a conversation that I'm having with my ideation partner. I want you to take this, like, don't really think of it of like, oh, you're only talking to a robot. No, like, I'm actually thinking of it like I'm talking to a human, you know? So then AI would follow up with, you know, this is what it says, and then blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And so this is my recent YouTube video that I uploaded, which is just a update lifestyle video, which is running my business whilst in the military. As you can see, that this is basically an idea that AI actually gives right here, the truth about running an agency while in the military, but I just twist it in my own words. So that YouTube idea, that YouTube title, which is my recent video, came from this chatbot, or it came from this conversation that I have with AI. That's the craziest part. So moving down further, then this is what AI actually came up with. Alright, here's a solid framework to make the video title, running a business while it's in the military, hit both authenticity and the story arc. And then it would actually give me the structure of the video. Number one, the hook, 0 to 30 seconds. It would actually, well, this is just some idea. I mean, of course, I didn't really use this exactly, but it gave me some ideas, right? It's just ideas on behind the scenes of Humane. Because in that video that I'm talking about, this same video title, right, running business whilst in the military, I actually insert that part of like what I actually worked on, like past client videos, which is what this behind the scenes of my business is actually doing. So on and so forth. This is just all the context that AI gives, and this is what I'm telling you. If you actually know how to use AI, if you properly feed it the right information, AI can be such a powerful tool, and I really just want to emphasize on this. This is the whole premise of this video. And so now moving to the last prompt, which I call this the goals into actionable systems prompt, which, well, the title says it right here. Here's a simple prompt to turn your goals or desires into actionable steps. Now, I actually use this prompt personally to get my fitness goals and my fitness plans, my workout plan. And so this is just the context that you know that, well, same thing as the other prompts. It would actually firstly interview you, ask you some of the questions to get you to give the AI some context. And well, in this prompt, it would actually give you a system that should be specific and realistic, include a daily/weekly action or rituals, minimize friction and decision fatigue, include tracking or reflection if useful, and be adaptable over time. And then at the bottom, at the end, it will basically say, let's start the interview now, ask your questions one at a time. So this is, as the prompt says, this is perfect if you want to hit any goals with using actionable systems. So now this brings me to ChatGPT. As you can see, this is the exact same prompt that I put down. And this is the first question that AI basically asked me. First question, what is the specific goal or desire that you want to turn into a system right now? Think tangible. Is it grow your agency, post weekly content, sign X clients, build a new habit? And I say, for this chat, I want to focus on something completely different. I want to focus on my fitness goals, something that I've been neglecting. So ask me the first question based on this. And then there we have it. It says, what is the specific fitness goals that you want to achieve? And then this is basically the context that I give. A physique like Ryan Garcia shown in the image, a lean and muscular build. Notice how I'm actually being specific. I added an image of Ryan Garcia because to me, this is the dream physique that I want to reach to. Right, the Ryan Garcia the lightweight fighter's physique. And then question number 2, it says, why do you want this goal right now? Is it for confidence, discipline, energy, etc. blah blah? Here's basically what I said. I'm just skinny now, and I feel like I want to boost in my energy and charisma, physically strength, mental clarity, and blah blah blah. Health is something that I've been neglecting. I'm 19 years old, and I want to feel at my optimal level. I'm being truthful, I'm being transparent, and I'm giving AI context. And it's basically repeating and gathering the information that I mentioned, like energy to power through long days, charisma and presence, these are all the things that I am, these are my goals, right? These are my goals and desires that I want, which is what AI is doing. It's trying to firstly find my goals and desires. So then brings us to the third question. What's blocking you right now from making this goal? And then, basically said because of time and schedule of not working how it is, because I'm in the military, blah, 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 whatsoever. And they say that your blockless time schedule, NS is eating up your weekends, right? And I don't really have a blueprint. I don't really have a true fitness step-by-step plan, which is what AI will actually end up helping me with. Right, so number 1, like what type of structure do you prefer? And this is also like a good thing. It actually gives me option on which type of fitness structure plan do I actually want to start with, right? And I basically said I prefer A, which is a fixed weekly plan that I can repeat, same workout days, same types. And so now moving on to what AI said, which is phase 1 goal, build a fighter foundation. And here's the system. It says the fighter framework, 4 days a week, 45 to 60 minute sessions, blah blah blah. This is just the what AI is telling me. And then this is the plan. This is the weekly plan, as you can see, fully created and fully done by AI with just the context that I gave, right? This is the beauty. Take a look at this. I don't have to think. I basically just had to answer some questions that AI is asking me, and then it gave me a whole ass fitness plan. Right, there you have it. And then this is way more of the in-depth stuff, like Monday, for example, upper strength, right? Bench press, pull-ups, overhead press. Then Tuesday, which is legs and core, back squats, the Romanian deadlifts, walk-in lunges, leg raises. Then Thursday, which is conditioning and core. And then this is just the key rules. This is just more context or more advice that AI is giving me, like an actual personal trainer, right? Eat more when you burn, eat more calories, like chicken, eggs and rice, blah, blah, blah. Minimum 7 hours, hydrate and stretch. Like, just take a look at this. Very simple tracker and all these daily rituals. And so, with that being said, this is what I want to show you. Just these 3 AI prompts that you can use for your whole entire life. It's just, I said, of these prompts, it'll be in a Notion document in the description below, and try it out.